What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Mateo and Hector.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
We are your hosts, Mateo Tanzera and
Hector Beltran.
Yeah. And today, as you can see, we're at a restaurant, but not just any restaurant.
We're at the restaurant, and our famous sponsor of the Mateo and Hector podcast, Portals. Check them out, guys. Super awesome.
Oh, best bakery that you could possibly ever go to, and coffee, everything. They have everything.
Yeah. Hey guys, so check it out. We just got done training. We had a super awesome block of classes this morning. We had a 5 a.m. kickboxing conditioning class known as our Jumpstart class. We had our 6 a.m. class with Professor Mateo. We had 7:30 kickboxing with Coach Euler, and we had 8:30 with Professor Gustavo Carpio. Guys, we have awesome blocks in the morning. Take advantage of them, guys. Especially show up to Professor Mateo's class because, guys, that's the one where you're gonna do a bunch of drilling. You're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of what makes technique work, and it's really awesome for beginners. So definitely check that class out.
Yeah, like I've noticed since obviously we started. When did we start? Back in November.
Yeah, November.
So back in November, it started slowly, but now that we've picked up more morning classes, people have been seeing that we're really busy in the mornings. So people have been coming, and because we have a lot of novice students, and we really want to get back to the basics. And we talked about it in the last episode a little bit, but again, this past couple weeks, we've been working on the very fundamental submissions from the closed guard, and it's so cool seeing that the fact that we're drilling these so much, when we put our students into the live situations, they're actually knocking out the techniques. Like this week,
I've seen them.
Yeah, like this week, for example, we've been just covering the arm bar, triangle, and kimura from the closed guard. And then we do specific sparring from those positions, and then we have these like white belts who have been training for maybe a week or two, and they're already knocking them out in a live situation against other white belts.
Did you recently teach a hip bump inside leg trip?
Hip bump inside from closed guard?
Yeah. Oh no, from standing, like a takedown. Have you been doing any takedowns?
We did takedowns like a month or two ago. It's been a while, but again, it was kind of slow. But we'll get back more into takedowns.
Yeah.
I think as the weather gets a little bit better, because early in the morning, I don't want everybody getting slammed and getting taken down first thing early in the morning when it's cold.
Yeah, you want to warm up to any type of heavy activities like that.
Yeah.
It was super awesome, man. So yeah, we just got done training this morning at Professor Gustavo's 8:30 class. And that was a really awesome class as well too, man.
It was really good.
Yeah.
And, one thing I wanted to ask Hector, because every time I roll with this guy, his endurance is just non-stop. And I know a lot of it has to do with his extracurricular training activities outside of jiu-jitsu, such as mountain biking and whatever.
Yeah, training on my bike, lots of training.
But, I think a lot of it has to do with what we're consuming, outside of jiu-jitsu in terms of food, right?
Right, nutrition,
because obviously conditioning and exercise is always the big priority for training and progressing, but it's like whatever you take in your body, you turn into what you eat, right? Is that what they say? Something like that. So
you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. Yeah, I couldn't think of what it was. But I was going to ask, so...
Coffee.
This is coffee, I know. This is a big cup, dude. I can't drink all of this, but I'm going to do my best.
We're going to get jacked.
I'm going to get jacked. But I was going to ask, so what's something that you implement into your nutrition? Do you have like a specific program, or do you just kind of follow specific principles?
No, really good point. So more than anything, so everything about my nutrition, I really think about more so in like how's it gonna optimize my training. Okay, so and there's a couple different things going on, all right? Because there's first eating to have enough energy to train and have all these like high output activities that I like to do. But aside from that, there's also being conscious of my weight, right? Because when the competition comes around, I don't want to need to make these constant big weight cuts. So I always try to stay within 10 pounds of the weight that I'm going to compete at. Okay, so like the main thing is generally, and the best advice I ever received was just to eat just a well-balanced diet. That's what everybody just talks about. Yeah, but what is a well-balanced diet? Okay, so for everybody that's gonna slightly change. Now that's the thing, right? So for me and what I need a significant amount of carbs. And prior to well, contrary to what the general consensus was before, carbs are bad. Carbs are bad for people that just sit at the desk all day.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're actually going out and doing things, if you're participating in jiu-jitsu, coming in, and then not only doing jiu-jitsu, but a lot of people like to mix up our classes and do our kickboxing classes, our conditioning stuff. So if you're gonna do all this stuff and you're gonna have a lot of really high output, then you're gonna need to rely on those carbs, okay? Because your body's gonna go into different modalities at different points in your training to kick in different types of systems so that you could continue creating energy, okay? And you don't want your body to just be in this always depleted state where your body starts going after its own muscle fibers and all this to create the energy to keep you going. Okay, so for me, that entails a lot of carbs. Hydrating as best as I can. I like to drink coffee. I drink at least 2 cups of coffee a day. Okay, so I need to make sure consciously that I'm drinking enough water so I'm not dehydrating myself. But I also like to consume a lot of my calories through liquids also. So my wife makes me some smoothies. She'll blend in some fruits and vegetables. So that's a really good way to go about it. But I'm really big on protein. So I eat chicken at least like twice a day. So I would say carbs, protein, and don't be afraid of fats. Okay?
Yeah.
The main thing is everything you want. You don't want to have too much of anything or too little of anything. So I definitely would always take the approach of slight modifications. Okay? So the main thing that people do wrong when they start training is they change all the variables at once. And if we're talking about anything scientific, you say this is a horrible approach. You're not gonna know what's working and what's not if you start changing all the variables. If I start doubling up the output that I need to, that I'm requiring my body to do. So say I'm doing, instead of not training, lots of people go from, oh, I haven't worked out in a month to, hey, I'm gonna sign up for jiu-jitsu and I'll do, 2 classes back to back, 3 times a week. And that's awesome, but I wouldn't modify your nutrition too much right when you do that. Why? Because then you're shocking your system way too much.
Yeah,
you're already completely loading your central nervous system, your immunity, everything by stressing your body out so much to the point that you don't also need to stress it out with a nutritional change.
Yeah.
Right? So once you acclimate your body, you've been training at the same level of intensity and output for about at least 2 weeks, then I would make a modification in my nutrition. Like maybe if I feel like I could cut down on some of the processed foods, boom.
That's another thing I wanted to get into, is like talking about like the quality of foods that you eat as well too.
And that's where I was definitely, everything well balanced, but really more than anything, quickly address what's natural and what's processed.
Yes.
Because your processed food is where the majority of those
weight gain, your crappy energy levels, just the way maybe your skin's gonna break out. I mean, there's so many factors from eating processed foods. If you want to know what a processed food is, just think of anything that does not naturally grow from the ground, right? So if you think of like a piece of bread, like obviously it's made out of wheat, but you can't just find a piece of bread growing from the dirt, right? So it's processed, right? Same thing with like chips, Oreos, yeah, anything, Cheetos, Doritos, Fritos, burritos, right? All that stuff. Burritos are great, but the tortilla is processed, right? In a sense. So what I've noticed, obviously I'm a really lean person, but I feel like if I eat a lot of processed foods, I get really sleepy throughout the day. I get these sugar crashes because I'll be loading my body with lots of carbohydrates. Like we said, carbohydrates are good, but you also got to focus on the quality. So if you're eating too much processed carbohydrates, like we're at Porto's, the best bakery in the world. So I'm not trying to put this place down at all. I love this place. Great moderation, right? But you don't want to come here every single day. Sorry, Porto's.
Oh, word.
Come for their coffee every day. That's good. Yeah, come for the coffee. But eating too much processed foods like cakes, cookies, candies, you're gonna burn yourself out, and you eat all this sugar that you accumulate. Your body just kind of turns itself off after about an hour or so, and that's why people crash. So you got to focus on cutting the processed foods and eating, good carbohydrates. Like sweet potatoes are great, regular potatoes, rice, brown rice. You can even get into beans, lentils. Those are all great too, as long as you cook them properly. Same thing with vegetables. Try to stay away from canned vegetables, of course. Try to stick to more fresh, organic vegetables and fruits. Meats as well, like lean unprocessed meats. Don't eat hot dogs all day. You know, eat like a good solid piece of chicken breast, or you can eat chicken thighs, whatever you want. You can add some fat too in there.
Now, how do you feel about, you know, like there's a time when a lot of people are saying more meals a day, a smaller portion. What do you think about that?
I personally don't believe in that. I don't know. Like, obviously, I'm not a scientist nor a nutritionist, but I've just read a lot of things, and I feel like that's just kind of something that supplement companies have kind of paid researchers to kind of make you consume more supplements and protein.
That's what it really feels like.
Yeah. If I eat 6 or 7...
Can you imagine? There's just like your whole day is spent preparing food and eating. It's just a job.
It's a job, and you have to focus too much on all these meals you're prepping. I think it's too much. So I think 2 to 3 meals. I eat sometimes 2 meals a day, and I feel great.
Yeah,
you know?
usually like you skip breakfast, which is then all this evidence before it was like breakfast a champion type of mentality.
Yeah,
you gotta
that's another thing that's like, you know, sponsored by companies to make you want to eat breakfast and buy breakfast foods. Like,
it's just your bacon, your eggs,
pancakes,
your all this other stuff. So it's really. I used to think that was really important until I really started having fasted workouts in the morning or fasted training. Like this morning, I still haven't ate. What time is it right now? It's like
noon, right?
It's like noon, and we still I still haven't ate breakfast, and I feel great. And the main thing is once your body adjusts to it, you actually go into a different modality of training and energy use during your training, because your body I feel like I burn more fat. I lose more body fat when I'm training fasted. Yeah. And then definitely like especially leading up to a competition, I want to start dropping weight. Definitely fasted workouts, and sure enough, I drop a couple pounds that week just alone and I could already feel that everything's functioning a lot better. So even though I love breakfast, it's still I realize I don't need it. Yeah. So even if I push my 3 meals, you know, to actually be my lunch, you know, second lunch and dinner, I could still get 3 meals. You know, I just end up having I just essentially end up being fasted from like anywhere from 10 p.m. at night till about like noon the next day. Yeah. You know, so a 14 hour, you know, a period of time when I'm not eating. That's not crazy. You know, your body could totally survive.
Yeah, so it's something you got to get used to if you're going to be doing that. But like you said, you know, it's something he's been doing for a while, so your body adjusts to these things. And that's with everything, you know. Of course, if you have a diet that's loaded with processed foods and, you know, processed fats and oils and things like that, your body needs to adjust a little bit to get off of it. You might feel, you know, you might get headaches, you might get some weird side effects, but it's part of the process of getting off of, you know, these highly processed diets and foods. So that's okay. You're okay. So yeah, little by little, I think the best advice for anybody who wants to focus on changing their diet lifestyle is just to limit processed foods as much as possible, and don't focus too much on eating 5 to 6 meals a day. That's unnecessary. Just eat enough to feel good.
Focus on your training.
Yeah, focus on training.
Always focus on your performance, on your output, and then naturally your body, just listen to your body, and you're always going to feel like, oh, you know what, I need to eat a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, and if you're getting super hyped, if you're getting crazy cravings, then you know you gotta eat. You know, so you're just making those adjustments. Again, change your output, you know, and keep the variable of your nutrition the same, and then slight modulation. Don't make huge drastic changes in your diet. That could lead to a bunch of different negative consequences. You change your
that's why people fail diets. You know, people like they start a diet. They're like, oh, I'm gonna start a diet, but it's a
drastic change. Yeah, it's like if we're talking about any sort of government and democracy, and then you just said, hey, you know what, like, we're completely gonna stop everything and do everything 100% different.
Yeah.
You know,
like what? What?
Everything you're never gonna know what works. You need to you'll change one thing, you'll change another, and then you get some feedback, and then you'll either dial it back or dial it up some more.
Exactly.
So it's just constant slight modulation. That's always for long-term success. That's definitely what I've seen in myself and what I've seen from other athletes and practitioners and everybody alike, that leads to the best success. Okay guys, so just light modulation and eat a well-balanced diet. If you have any questions about nutrition or would like to take advantage of our nutritional planning that Academy offers all its students, then just reach out to us, let us know, send us an email at info@academyjja.com, and we'll get you enrolled in our nutritional program. And again guys, that is a program that is complimentary for all our members, okay, adult members, okay? So we don't offer nutrition for children, okay? But it's available for all our adult members, so take advantage of that and see what is the most that you could get out of your body, okay guys? Challenge yourselves to be better than you were before, and it doesn't matter, you know, if you think, oh, you know, like I failed at so many diets, you know, it doesn't matter, try again. Try, and keep trying until you get it right. Yeah. You know? Is there anything else?
Last thing. So Friday. So off the nutrition topic, back to my morning class schedule. So originally it was just Monday, Wednesdays, but now starting Friday. What's next Friday?
Friday,
February 20. Hold on, the 14th is the 21st. I think February 21st. Right?
Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, Friday, February 21st. I think is our first Friday morning 6 a.m.
class. Special announcement. We weren't super prepared with the date.
Yeah. So,
but starting next week after you see this video.
Yeah. The Friday after Valentine's Day.
Just check our calendar, guys. We'll make that announcement officially, and there will not now be moving forward. There will be a 6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Professor Mateo, guys. Now, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to the Academy Martial Arts YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, guys.